Hello everyone, welcome to the latest episode of the Movie Crusaders. My name is Sean Wasserkrug, and today we're going to be doing one of the, I would say probably one of the Oscar contenders coming into this year's award season. We are talking about King Richard. King Richard, I think everyone knows this as basically the Williams sisters movie, but the story is really about their dad, Richard. The big buzz coming out of this film has definitely been the performance of Will Smith as Richard Williams. And it's definitely something that I was looking forward to because, frankly, I know he's been doing movies here and there, but I can't think of the last really good Will Smith movie. Gemini Man was kind of eh. I love Bad Boys, but I wasn't super crazy about Bad Boys for Life. So I was trying to think of the last good Will Smith movie that I really, really quite enjoyed, and I really had a hard time figuring that out. The other thing is, too, is that Will Smith has always been striving for that Oscar-worthy performance, whether it be The Pursuit of Happiness or Ali, and he really, really wants to get that kind of that performance to make the Academy take notice of him. And that is, I think, what he's striving for here as Richard Williams in King Richard. The story basically follows Richard Williams and his path and his goal and his strive for power to push Venus and Serena from basically child prodigies of the sport of tennis to superstardom, or in his case, the next two Michael Jordans of their sport. Richard, obviously this is all based off a true story, so some of the things, happen in this, we don't know if it's all 100% true or not, but like with all based on true story films, you got to kind of take everything with, some truth to it, maybe not the full truth. Richard, or at least the way Will Smith portrays Richard in this film, he's a very tough character to like. Not that he's a bad person by any means, but he's a very frustrating character. He's a very frustrating man to deal with, to the point where he kind of comes off overbearing. He comes off abusive to his, at least to bystanders. Now, we don't see anything like that necessarily in the film, personally, outside of one moment with the girls. Nothing like physically abusive, but basically wanting to teach them a lesson about a certain situation about bragging at one point in the film. But he's a tough character to enjoy or to like or get along with, and I think a lot of that is helped in the film by Will Smith's performance, because it's Will Smith. How can you not love Will Smith? Whether he's playing a horrible person or a good guy or a bad guy or what have you, Will Smith has this charisma, this likability that no matter what character he plays, not that Will Smith's ever really played a villain outside of like Deadshot, but even then you like Deadshot. But no matter what Will does, you're gonna enjoy him, you're gonna like him. So even when he is kind of being this overbearing asshole, not necessarily to the sisters, but to everyone around him, whether it be to his wife or to some of the tennis coaches or to reporters or anything like that, like, yeah, he's being a real jerk, and you want to not like him, but it's still Will Smith at the end of the day. Will Smith puts on a Oscar-worthy performance here as Richard Williams. The struggle, the desire, the drive, like I said, frustratingness of his character, Will Smith puts on a performance that I haven't seen the likes of since Pursuit of Happiness or Ali. He is going for broke here, whether he's having the unique accent that Richard Williams has to, basically demanding the camera whenever he's on screen. Will Smith is a powerhouse performance here in the film. But the great thing about King Richard, and this is the thing that I think a lot of people are kind of overlooking about King Richard, is, yes, Will Smith's performance is Oscar-worthy, and it is definitely, worth price of admission. But there's a great cast around Will Smith in this film. First off, the two girls who play the Williams sisters. You got Sydney. I'm sure I said that wrong, but oh well. She plays Venus. She is great in this film. I was worried that this movie was going to be so much about Richard Williams that the Venus and Serena were not going to be the main focal point, even though the film is about their basically their drive to stardom in a sense. And I think Sanaya Sydney does a fantastic job as Venus. Demi Singleton, who plays Serena, when they let her, kind of take center stage in the movie, I think she does a great job. If there is a negative of the film, and it's not necessarily a negative, it's just something I wanted more of, is I really wanted more of the Serena side of things. This is very Venus centric, which obviously Venus is the older one, and this was kind of where the story went. But Serena ends up becoming, hands down, one of the best, tennis players ever to, grace the court. And I would have loved to have seen the stardom or the rise of Venus and Serena, more so Serena, than what we got here in the film. This film, it does start with them, basically, I think like 11, 10, 11 years old. And they go all the way to where Venus gets her very first pro tournament. And that's kind of where the film ends. Not necessarily a spoiler for based on a true story. But it basically, the movie ends right before Venus and Serena really start to take the pro tennis world by storm. And I really wish we could have gotten to see more of that. Now, the movie's already 2.5 hours, so I get that we, probably have too much time already, on this film. And this is not a movie that we're going to get sequels to, obviously, because it's based on a true story. But it made me want to see another Williams sisters story about their careers as growing teenagers, at becoming adults, and dealing with the immense amount of pressure that these two girls go through. I mean, in this film, they have the pressure because of Richard, but I wanted to see that pressure of them already on the pro circuit, rising the ranks to the #1 status, and becoming two of the most popular female athletes in the world. I would have loved to have seen that story. That's not the story we're getting here in King Richard. A lot of this is the strive and dedication of Richard Williams, pushing them to the forefront so that way they are on the brink when the film ends. And that's one thing. It's like, if you're expecting a full-on Serena Venus storyline about their careers, you're only going to get the very, very opening of that. You're not going to get the whole enchilada of that in that story. But the two girls that played both of them did a great job. Another person who I think stood out to me, and I really am glad that they had a great performance in this film, because they are used to playing this tough guy, goon kind of character, is John Bernthal as Rick Mashie. He's basically one of the coaches that helps the Venus and Serena basically move up the ranks. And John Bernthal, he's the Punisher. He's Shane from Walking Dead. He's this overpowering character, and to see him kind of, I don't want to say cower, because he doesn't ever cower, but to kind of be pushed around and controlled by Will Smith's Richard Williams was definitely something unique, and something I hadn't seen John Bernthal do as an actor yet. And I think John Bernthal is not going to get the recognition he deserves in this film. I think he should get a lot of credit for how well he did in this film. I loved his performance as Rick in this film, and I wanted to see more of him. And I hope this opens the door for him to maybe do some other roles that aren't so growly voiced action hero. I would like to see John Bernthal kind of branch out into other films, maybe drama roles, because I think he has the ability. I think he has the talent to do so. It's just he's the Punisher and Shane from The Walking Dead, and everyone wants to see him in this one lane, and I really think he should branch out more. To me, another incredible standout performance who I think should get some supporting actress recognition here is Anjanou Ellis. I hope I said that name right. She plays Orashine, or Brandy Williams, the wife of Richard, and obviously the mother of Venus and Serena. I got a lot of kind of Viola Davis vibes from her in this film. There are some amazing acted scenes between her and Will Smith's Richard where they, clunk heads and they go at it. There is one particular scene, I call it the kitchen scene, that is a standout moment for her and Will in this film. And I feel like she was probably the most surprising character for me, because I honestly don't really know this actress that well at all. She wasn't someone that I recognized when she popped up on screen, but now after seeing her performance in King Richard, it is definitely someone that I will pay attention to and watch here on out. Sorry, there's a fly that keeps flying in front of me. That's the greatness of King Richard is it's a sports film. So everyone who likes sports movies or those true story sports movies, you're gonna get that with King Richard. You've got great performances in Will Smith, and you got also a phenomenal performance around everyone else around him with John Bernthal, Sanaya Sidney, I hope I'm saying that right, Demi Singleton, and Anajanu Ellis. Just that whole five right there put on great performances throughout, and it was a gripping story. I was enthralled with the story all the way through to the end credits. That when it did end, I was like, I want to see more of this story. I wanted to continue the story of the Williams sisters and see where it could have gone. Sadly, the movie ended. But nonetheless, the word of mouth of King Richard is very, very true. Will Smith, Oscar nomination worthy. I think Anjanou Ellis, supporting actress worthy. This is definitely one of the better films of the year. I don't think it's going to be everyone's cup of tea, obviously, because it's a tennis movie. It's not football, baseball, basketball like sports movies are, but I think this is definitely worth checking out, if not for the subject matter of the Williams sisters, who, like I said, two of the most important female athletes in sports histories, but for the performances of everyone on this cast. This is definitely a high recommendation for me. Going to my overall score, I'm going to give King Richard a 91%. Definitely check this out. It's in theaters and it's on HBO Max, so there's really no reason for you not to check this out. I do expect to hear a lot of award recognition coming out of this film going towards award season. If it doesn't, I'll be greatly disappointed, but this is definitely a movie to be on the lookout for when the award season does come around. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you guys did, go and hit that like, share, and subscribe button to the channel so you guys stay up to date with all the latest videos pop up on the Movie Crusaders. And of course, we're going to follow us on all those social media outlets you see below. Coming up next, we'll have a review for Tick, Tick, Boom, Netflix's latest film. And also, Brian Michaels and myself will be back once again for this weekend's episode of the Weekend Crusaders, where we talk about 5 movies that came out during this weekend in movie history. And of course, my non-spoiler and spoiler review with Brian Michaels for Ghostbusters Afterlife is also available on the channel, so check that out. And until next time, in case I don't see you, good morning, good afternoon, and good night, Movie Crusaders.
You're still here. It's over. Go home.